I look like shit. I'm at work, but I guess we'll just have to deal with that. I wanted to talk a little bit about PCOS. I've done a little bit of writing on it, in fact. But many of my friends, many of my family know that I have PCOS. It's Polycystic ovarian syndrome. It affects me very deeply because my entire life, all I wanted is to be a mom, to be a wife, and to be successful. I have been working on the successful part. Right now I'm working a lot. But as far as the PCOS goes, there's a decent bit to it that I've been reading. It's a hormonal imbalance in women, causing several physical and mental issues. Some of these include enlarged ovaries with small cysts, weight gain, excessive hair, in some cases male pattern baldness, especially if genetically that runs in your family. Irregular menstruation, infertility, acne, oily skin, and in fact, you can't see it right now. Let me do this here. Let's fix this light a little bit. In fact, you can see right now, like, my face breaks out horribly. It also causes that excessive hair. I get sideburns. I get hair on my neck. I get hair on my stomach. I have hairy arms. There's nothing I can do about that, and that bothers me a lot. It's a very self-conscious thing. It causes me to hate myself at times, and that's very difficult to deal with. But it causes depression as well. And so, on top of the fact that the PCOS causes depression, then you have to deal with the fact that you may or may not have children ever. And then you've got the self-conscious part with the hair and the weight. My husband isn't good with understanding what is going on with my body. He's very into his, and I love that. He works out. He tries to build muscle. He watches what he eats. He doesn't understand that I watch what I eat. I rather have fruits and vegetables any day over sitting and eating a bag of chips or a ho-ho. I rather have some sweet tea, some green tea, fruit juice over drinking a Coke. I lately have really tried to watch what I eat, especially when it comes to stuff like soda, because we go to the gas station, right there's a Coke. It's so easy just to grab a Coke and go. We don't think about, as Americans, we don't think about running and grabbing an apple juice. We think about grabbing that Mountain Dew because it's right there close to the counter, and our society makes that so easy. But I rather have the juice. I rather have a glass of milk. Water is not my favorite thing due to having pneumonia when I was younger, and I had water shoved down my throat, and I hate tap water anyway. But I rather even have that some days. But the causes of PCOS aren't very well understood. There's a lot of experts that believe it's a combination of factors, including genetics. It also is caused by naturally higher levels of androgens, including like testosterone, higher levels of insulin in your body. Androgens are made by both male and female body. However, males produce more of these androgens. They're what causes the excessive hair, the acne, the lack of ovulation, the lack of menstruation. The insulin controls how what you eat is processed by your body, and in most cases, women with PCOS are insulin resistant, which just means that your body doesn't process the insulin correctly. So it causes you to gain weight. It also makes it harder to burn off that weight. Women with a family history of diabetes, this is definitely a factor. My family on my dad's side, there's a history of diabetes, especially type 2. The insulin resistance can lead to that as well, especially later in life. For that, you can take the metformin. It helps your body process the insulin more efficiently. It also can help with reducing the androgens and the testosterone. It'll aid in weight loss due to both of those factors. With PCOS, your metabolism is slower, so women with the disorder roughly need, they say, about 400 calories less a day than women without the disorder. With the slower metabolism, again, it's harder to lose weight. As far as fertility goes, and that fertility is the big factor for me because, like I said, all I've ever wanted was to be a mom, to be a wife. And I know this is gonna piss people off, and I have no problem with that, because your opinion is your opinion. And in my opinion, a woman, a heterosexual woman especially, I think it's their obligation to themselves in some cases, as well as their significant other. Oh, I got a phone ringing. I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. But I was saying, the fertility is a big thing for me. I think it's the obligation, especially of a heterosexual, sometimes even a bisexual woman, to bear children. Like I said, that may piss some people off. I don't care. It's my opinion. Own your own. I feel, since it's an obligation to myself and to my husband, that in a way, having PCOS is letting him down. He's told me multiple times, I'm sorry, that he wants children of his own. And you know, so do I. Yeah, I'd be okay with adopting. That's not always affordable for somebody. But there's something different about being the one to carry that child, being the one to birth that child being of your own flesh and blood. And so, with adoption, it's just not the same. Yes, you can love the child as your own, but I don't think, and I don't know from personal experience, but I don't think you have the same connection. My sister told me in June that she is expecting her first child. Her and her husband have been together for about 3 years and married for just over a year. I am so excited that they're having a kid. I'm so happy for them. But the day I found out that she was having a kid, and I've not been able to, I was at work. It was not necessarily meant for me to find out right then. I actually was just text messaging her, and she said, "Hey, do you have a day off?" I just want to talk to you when you have a day off. And I had told her when I had a day off, I said, hey, what do you want to talk about? Call me, text me, whatever, we can talk. She said, no, I'd rather talk to you in person. I didn't find anything odd about it, but I jokingly said, hey, are you pregnant? I said it jokingly. It was off the top of my head. It wasn't anything that I truly meant. Like, I knew she wanted kids. I mean, I'm not that naive that, she's been married and, she wants kids of her. I'm not that naive. I knew it was going to happen. When I didn't know, it happens. But the day when I text her that, she said, how did you know? Well, I didn't. It broke my heart. I was at work that day, and I had to take my lunch break immediately because I had to go out to my vehicle and have time to myself and bawled my eyes out because my husband and I tried for about 4 years and did our damnedest not to give up hope. For the last 4 years now, we've not tried. We've just been like, you know what? If it happens, it happens. It's not happened. We tried everything. So when she told me, that crushed me. I was on third shift. So the very next morning when I got off at 7 a.m., I called my mom. And I said, hey, Mom, are you home? I really need you. I drove over to her house. And immediately, as soon as walking in, busted out in tears again. I told her that I didn't feel like a woman. That I felt like I was broken. What had I done? Why was I being punished? She told me that I was a woman. I had all the features. But to myself, I don't feel like it. I've got these manly traits like the excess hair, not menstruating, stuff like that. I don't feel like a woman. I know I should. I know I look like, I've got breasts. I've got a vajayjay. I should. But I don't. She also told me that when she found out she was pregnant with me, that she was told that there was something about her body, it was too acidic, that she should not have even been pregnant with me. 4 years later, she had my sister. So I guess there is hope in this world. But my parents were married for 2 years. They tried for 2 years. They weren't trying when they got pregnant with my sister. We tried for 4 years. We didn't give up hope. We tried. We've not been trying. We've not given up hope. We've not actually been trying for another 4 years. So in 8 years' time, we've not even had the hope or the possibility or even had to buy a pregnancy test. I also told my mom that day that I was losing faith in God because I had so many people say, pray on it, pray on it. Hold on, I have to get a tissue. But I prayed on it, and I prayed on it, and I prayed on it without any result. without any, I don't even want to say worry, but without any worry of being pregnant. So, with that being said, I've started to lose some faith, some hope. I've had many people say, "Oh, well, God works in strange ways." I don't know how that applies. I also have an aunt, a great aunt, who never had children of her own. Now, I don't know if it was medical, if it was due to her relationship, any of that, but I had a long conversation with her about, how did she cope with that? And why didn't she have kids? And I was told that just wasn't in the cards for her. She also told me that, my grandmother had her 3 children. And so she was there for everything with them. She got with a very wonderful man, and he has been around since before I was born, and love him to death. They never been married, but by the time they got together, he had children who were already grown. My aunts and uncles and my mother had their children, so my great aunt had us to raise as well, to be around as well. And she is at every Christmas, every family get together there is. And so she said it doesn't bother her. I wish I could get to that state, and I love my Aunt Mary very much. I wish I could get to that state, but I can't yet. I also have hypothyroidism. Your thyroid regulates your metabolism and your weight. It also has a good bit to do with infertility as well. I have had such a difficult time with the combination of the PCOS and the hypothyroidism. With both, the depression sometimes can be unreal. I try to be a happy, bubbly person, and outwardly, I think I succeed. But inwardly, I'm a wreck. There are days that I don't want to get out of bed, that I rather lay there, curled up, all to myself. There are days that I just want to find a dark hole and crawl into, maybe never to come out. These are thoughts that I've had because of these 2 disorders, because they have affected my body, because they have affected mentally the depression. There is a symptom of both. Even on days that I don't think about the fact that I can't have kids or that I'm fat, even on days I don't think about that, sometimes I'm just depressed, and I don't know why. All of this together, I'm hoping that, you know what, somebody else has the same thoughts, the same issues, the same disorders, and both are rather common, and I've got a few friends who do, but nobody talks about it. On my birthday this year, on my 31st birthday, I had gone to my cousin's wedding. Beautiful wedding. Had a great day. When we got back to Middletown, a friend of mine invited us to the bar to celebrate my birthday because we had spent all day celebrating with my cousin for her wedding. While at the bar, I talk to everybody, especially after I get to drinking. While at the bar, I was doing the social butterfly thing. And sorry. And got to talking to this guy that's, I guess, a frequent, very nice guy. My husband and I ended up fighting because I was talking to this guy. It was not the fact that he was jealous. It was not the fact that he was worried I was going to go home with this guy. He was mad because somehow we had gotten onto the topic of children. And when he asked me why I didn't have any, I told him honestly. My husband got very mad at this. I have yet to decide or even find out from him why he got mad. I'm not sure if it's just something you don't talk about, or if it's that he's ashamed of me. That weighs heavy on me. I don't want him to be ashamed. I don't want anybody I love to be ashamed of me. And so, with that thought in my head, I just can't get past it. I'm hoping that through this video, through my tears, through the research I'm doing, maybe somebody can find hope, or somebody can watch it and say, you know what, I don't have it so bad. Or you know what, I have PCOS. Maybe I can reach out to this girl. I'm on Facebook, Courtney A. Reddick. You can find me there. I don't remember my Snapchat or my Instagram. I don't use them very often. But if you're having the same thoughts, maybe we can help each other. If you have a sister, a wife, or yourself that are dealing with these issues, reach out. We can talk. I may not have a bunch of answers for you, but maybe just in talking to each other, we can help each other. Never lose hope in miracles. A friend of mine has a son who, I'm not sure how old he is now. I do believe he's 4. But she has the same disorder. Her son was a complete surprise, but he is her world. Miracles happen. My mother had 2 daughters. My friend had her son. Miracles happen, so never lose faith in them. I hope that I've helped somebody. Because if I haven't, I don't know what the point of sharing my heart, my deep thoughts, my heartfelt pain has been. Have a great day. Never lose hope. And be thankful for the things you have, especially children.